Hey, Sam Mayer. Sam, this is your second win of 2024, sixth win of your Xfinity Series career. Take us through that last restart and how you ultimately came away with the checkered.
Yeah, I knew that it was really, really important to have the top lane and have the momentum coming off of two. So I did pretty much all I could to get the best launch I could and to optimize turn two. Once I was clear, I knew that my Roto-Rooter car was definitely better than the rest of them close by. So I knew that once we got clear, it was going to be smooth sailing.
All right, we'll begin taking questions here. We'll start up in the front here. We'll go with Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. Were you surprised when Riley doored you there after the race? And did you hear like that? Did you know that was from earlier in the race and not necessarily at the end?
Yeah, I mean, I knew immediately it was either a 50-50 of I hate you or congratulations. So I think that we know the answer to that, unfortunately. I feel really bad. Obviously, I got into him earlier. Just it was so top dominant there at the end, and we were all fighting for literally 4 feet of asphalt around the whole racetrack. So just did all I could to try to get there, and just overstepped it a little bit. Granted, we both came back at the end and both had a shot at it, which is really cool. I knew that my car was a little better because that short run that we had before that green-white checkered was I was catching him pretty quick. So I knew that even if it went green from there and then that caution came out, I knew it was going to be pretty easy either way because my car was so good. Marty put together a bad fast race car this weekend. It sucked yesterday, but it came around today, which is good.
The restart zone with the pave on the outside lane leading up to it and not as much on the inside lane, did that impact restarts at all, and if so, how?
Not as much as I thought it was going to. It was still pretty easy to buzz your tires right there. I think the only one that would have like some slight advantage would be the leader if he was on the top, but that's if you go super early in the box. Like get your rears just on it. You're really the only one that has that advantage. It's pretty hard to say, but I think top bottom was the same. It was literally just when you get to the corner is when it was top dominant.
All right, we'll go to Philip, and then we'll go to Jim.
Sam, Philip Jones from the Des Moines Register. Can you talk a little about how you manage your tires throughout the day?
Yeah, it was kind of like short track racing again. Easy in, hard off. I was lifting just past the flag stand going off into turn 1 and pretty early off into turn 3 too, just trying to use the least amount of brake as possible to keep the brake heat out of it. We were having brake problems, just brake fade. So I was doing that to conserve brakes and tire, which it obviously worked out in the end. I had just enough left there at the end to kind of go hard at the end. But just roll as hard as you can into the corner without using much brake. And it'll kind of slow you down as you kind of scrub that speed, and then whatever you got on exit is what you got.
And then you said that you were fighting for 4 feet of space in the corner. You know, on TV and from what I saw outside, it appeared like there was a second lane in the corner. Was that the case or not?
Yeah, that was the dominant lane. Like the bottom really kind of was good early, and then as soon as like everyone started moving around and having to pass lap cars and stuff like that, the middle kind of split in that middle seam was by far the most dominant way around. It kind of depended on what your car was fighting, but it looked like a lot of us were fighting the same thing. Like me and the 20, when the 20 was out front, I could see our attitude was the exact same. So that's kind of like we were literally like as soon as we each found a grip in somewhere, the other person found it too. So we were kind of fighting in that one area, and that's why everyone was trying to pull these nasty sliders. It's just because you have to get clear off into the corner to get the air on your door. Otherwise, you get super loose on the bottom. Like there was a lot of times where I thought I was going to wreck being on the bottom on a restart, but we got really lucky that one time where we were able to clear up in the third, and we picked up like 4 spots on that restart because of it. So it's all dependent on how like the lanes kind of shake out, but we're all fighting for the same thing at the end of the day.
All right, we'll go to Jim, and then we'll hit to Chris.
JimMotterMotorsport.com. Congratulations, Sam. Earlier this season, you went through a rough stretch, and at one point you said, I just have to win. And now you've got a pair of wins, still have some time before the playoffs. How has your perspective changed on this season, and what is anything has changed with you and your team?
Yeah, it's pretty consistent for me. Like, we don't fire off the season that great. This year was obviously way worse. We were involved in every single wreck that there possibly could have been, and mostly not of my doing. But like kind of like that end of April, early May part of the season, we just start clicking off top fives like it's easy. And I've been doing that the last couple of years, and I think it's like other than 3 races out of the last like 10 or so, it's been top 3 or top 4. So we've been really, really good. We've had speed each and every week. It's about just finishing the race, just like today. There's a lot of fast cars up there that blew tires and didn't finish the race because they had to push it really hard. So being able to put a full day together, and I think today we probably were in close to the 50s on the points day. I think that's the first time I've done that this year. So we've really kind of stepped up our game, get 5% better each and every week. And obviously this week is kind of an outlier. This was as good as it can get. We could have fired off a little better in practice yesterday. We were 28th, and there was a reason for that. We sucked, but we figured it out. We put our heads together and really kind of got everything going today.
All right, we'll hit Chris, and then we'll go to Jordan.
Chris9catchfans.com. Same congrats. Over the last 2 seasons, you've won 6 of 29 races, and there's still plenty of racings left to go. So is there a number that you had in mind that you'd like to win this season before getting back to hopefully the championship 4?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. I can't say it would have been, but it will be nice if we could match last year on wins. Getting 4 at the end of the year, like pretty close to playoff time, is really cool. Like that, we were probably top dog there at the end of the year. This year we're kind of like up and down a little bit. I want to keep a little more up than downs. Obviously this week is a good up. Portland was good up until I made a mistake there at the end. So I got to eliminate my mistakes. Marty has to be a little bit better on the off the truck setup stuff. But we're going out there and we're giving our heart to everything. So we're going to overstep sometimes, and that's just part of racing. But yeah, if we could bust off 2 more wins after today, that'd be a great season. But I think we're ahead of schedule, so it's going to be good.
All right, we'll go Jordan.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. There's a handful of drivers in the Xfinity and Truck Series who are kind of mentioned as the next prospects, coming up. They're going to be stars in the Cup Series. Your name isn't always put in that group, but as Chris said, you've got the stats to back that up. Do you feel like you should get maybe some more shine and some opportunities maybe come your way?
Yeah, it kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you. I feel like we've proved ourselves a lot more. Like, I'm dead serious. It makes me so mad that my name isn't in more hats for race teams. So hopefully today kind of put my name in a couple of them. We're working really hard. I want to go Sunday racing, obviously, one day. How soon, I don't know. But me, the 98, all those guys, like, there's so many people up in the top 5, top 10 that have something to prove. And if you can be top dog in those guys, I feel like you deserve it. So I'm putting it all out there, literally. I'm going to say stupid things, but apologize later after I go win.
All right, do we have any other remaining questions for Sam? All right, congrats on the win. Appreciate it.
Thanks, y'all.